Did you hang out in Dime Square?
Anyway, so next question.
You're a city kid, right? You know,
I'm not as. I am. I definitely am. I don't come out here very.
You don't
often.
come out to
I'm not gonna
Brooklyn,
lie
you
to
know?
you,
No.
but it's mostly a joke. I used to come to Greenpoint.
Yeah.
you used to.
I made friends in Greenpoint.
Do you like Rays? We got a Rays here.
The Brooklyn Rays? I haven't been to the Brooklyn
Would
Rays.
have actually never gone either.
That's cool.
Kevin's really pinpoint you here. He's
Are you tapped into the Rays scene?
Yeah, I go there every night, dude. I'm a regular at Rays.
Hell yeah,
dude. He's running that pool table.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's Kevin.
That's awesome.
So sorry, I'm still stuck. The bit was you've never been to Greenpoint. That was the bit you were working with. Okay, cool. Cool.
It's dope.
Sick.
I love it over here. Honestly,
you should love it.
The helicopter, the blade over here was sick. I loved it.
Yeah.
It dropped us off right here
by the water.
It was cool.
Yeah, exactly. You're from Texas?
Yeah, I'm from Texas.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Let's get into
Where
it.
about?
Where in Texas?
Outside of Austin.
Nice.
Okay. Well, what's with the sort of
the hesitance?
The hesitance is Joe Rogan and where?
What's your home address?
Honestly, I don't know where my parents live anymore. I don't know my address anymore.
What's your current home address?
Honestly, I would say it because I'm moving.
Okay, where are you going?
But then it's identity theft. Oh, I can't say where I'm going.
What's your next one?
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing where I'm moving to.
Where are you moving
Where do you
to?
think I'm moving to?
Oof.
Based on my outfit and general comportment.
I don't know.
Murray Hill?
No, that's Eliz.
No. You cannot get into this right now.
Eliz does live in...
Wait, look. I actually...
Midtown?
Fine. No, I'll
Midtown?
own it. I live in Murray Hill. I'm
Hell
moving
yeah,
in
let's
1 week.
fucking rock.
Sorry,
let's
not
bring
1
Murray
week.
Hill back.
Yep.
Okay, I think we really should.
That's
it
right.
has incredible food.
This
it's
is a hot
quiet.
take. I like it. I like it.
And it's quiet. You don't have to fully integrate yourself into the whole frat bro, that whole scene.
And you also
the food is great, and you can, which I do all the. No, I'm kidding. I never no.
All our design references are actually just Greek
they're
life.
Just it's
Hell yeah.
Dude, I was in a frat.
No, definitely.
Were you?
not.
Yeah, ATO baby.
What is
Alpha Tau
that
Omega.
one? Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Where in Jersey was that?
That was in Buffalo.
I'm just
Buffalo, New York. Where in Jersey?
just
was that? Shout out to Murray Hill. Let's go back there for a second.
Wait, I don't want to go back
Yeah.
there. But you can.
So,
okay, it's fine.
So what's up with these East villains?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We've been talking about those for a long time, actually.
I mean, they're
You
very
got me
nice
an East
people.
Villain hat.
Oh,
Whoa.
Yeah, Throwback
don't say that
Thursday.
on here. I don't think that was actually affiliated with the
This is-
group.
No, it's kind of funny.
Oh, this is
There's
so
a
crazy.
group?
I'm actually gonna get canceled. No, they're super nice people. I've met a few of them, but don't speak on it anymore.
Can I ask a question as the old guy at the table?
God,
what are the East villains?
They're like the
God.
bad boys, you know. They are cool and shit, you know.
Explain it to an old guy.
They just have a lot of patchwork tattoos that
Okay.
were definitely done in Ridgewood or something.
East villains. Got it.
They're all
Apparently they hang out at Rays.
Okay.
So I've heard on TikTok.
Is this your only nightlife? You know?
Rays.
You're like, dude, you gotta see them at Rays. They're there.
Listen,
I just go there and watch.
yeah, just
That's awesome.
Yeah, big
That's
watcher.
cool.
big.
I sit
I
at the
like
bar with a newspaper with some holes punched in it for my eyes. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I have been trying to get the rumor started that the fries at Rays have lean on them,
Wow.
which is true.
Wow.
When I'm there.
If they were a cool bar, they would do that.
That
No,
would be-
100%. No,
this is a business idea.
They use because I used to say put the lean on the side
Oh.
because I was trying to get off.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they didn't. They just put it usually on the fries if you don't tell them otherwise.
Got it.
That's why they're so good.
Did you guys know though that actually the only food item that Diego does consume are fries? Look, if you bring up Murray Hill, did
Okay,
you
fine.
bring it
You
up?
can bring
first?
up my
Yeah,
eating disorder.
yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
Apparently, eating disorder of fries. Am I right?
3, 2, 1. Kevin.
What's up?
What's up, buddy?
Nothing.
We're fucking after hours, after dark.
Right now.
Yeah, front and center.
No-
late
no
night,
lights.
No lights. Oh, we actually didn't even put up the lights, so you guys are
Yeah.
going to be actually in the dark. Sorry about that.
Yeah, we
We're
probably
just,
should have
you
put the
know,
lights
We like
up.
it better this
put
way.
up the lights. This is kind of this is a late night crew here. We should be drinking actually, so
No, I don't know.
but we're not. But we have special guests in the building. We got Diego Segura and Eliz Akgun.
Yes.
Did I get that even close to right?
No, that's actually pretty close.
Well, thank you
Well,
guys.
say the exact.
It's Akgun.
Okay,
But it's
for a
pretty
first time
hard.
trying.
Oh,
a guy
it's
that
great.
gets every name wrong consistently all the time. Family Office is here. They were on my year-end list for one of their projects, which we'll get into in a second. But they were flattered, they were honored, and they emailed me and said, Can we come by and hang? And I said, only if we put microphones in your face.
Only if we can make content.
Only if we can make content
To which we said
for you
yes.
guys.
To which we said,
and so
fuck
they
yes.
are in the building. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
The live
All right.
audience is a little smaller than they were. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Just
Sorry.
blew my fucking ears
Thank
out.
you.
Yeah. Welcome to the show. How are you guys feeling tonight?
We
Thank
feel
you.
great. We've been
Yeah.
running bits for a while.
Oh my
Yeah. I hope the bits still keep coming.
Yeah, no, honestly, now the mics are on, we're done.
I was gonna say Diego was came in on at a 12, and then for the pre-show banter was like at 11, and then as soon as the intro happened, down to like a 3 or 4. Are you gonna
it's
make
good.
it? Yeah.
I
We'll
love
get
being
back
here.
in.
This was great.
Yeah, I usually tap out after the cold open too. So
Oh my
Okay,
God.
no, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
we-
Where's your laptop? We're gonna ask you for shit.
I don't have a laptop.
Yeah, Kevin goes straight from the dome. Here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got 3 hours, so strap in, Diego.
I'm ready. I'm so ready.
Both of them are designers, and Diego and I met at brand new conference
2022.
Yeah, so a couple of years ago, and he was just 14 or 15 years old at that time,
Yep, I was.
and is now has his own firm.
Yeah.
Family Office. So what's the family thinking? You know, what are you bullish on at the moment? Where is technology? Where's the opportunity lie?
We're doing a lot of ad agencies. We're really bullish ad agencies. If you are out there, you're a young talent. You're
Hell
a young
yeah.
designer. You should be starting an ad agency.
Okay, yeah.
That should be your neck. It's like real estate,
Advertising.
but better.
Regular old Dan Draper over here.
100%. You should be doing ads. You should be doing pitches.
Art
should be
direction.
doing- you should
Are you
be
smoking
directing
cigs
art.
inside? You should be.
You should be smoking cigarettes
yeah.
inside.
That's right.
Right?
Constant buzz.
You should keep your company at exactly 11 people so you don't have HR. You know what I mean?
Wow.
That's what you should.
Wow.
That's
Wait, is that the rule? Is that the real rule?
I feel
I'll be
real
honest, I don't
targeted
know.
right now.
Are y'all at 11 people?
We're roughly there, yeah.
Okay,
and
that's cool.
and we don't have HR, but those two, I've never thought that they were connected.
Every time we
No,
start,
it's fair.
every time we start approaching 11,
yeah,
you know,
we got to
something-
shut it
something
down.
happens.
Yeah, fair enough. We're at 56 now.
So, in your bio, which I'm not going to read, but you were the youngest ever associate designer at Collins. When was that? Was that after I met you or before I met you?
No, that was before.
Okay.
I went to Collins. I was 18 years old.
What?
I was 18 years old. I dropped
Tell me
out of
that
high
story.
school.
What happened?
Well, it's quick. I'll do it quickly because Eliz has heard this 90.
Yeah, well,
Thousand
we'll get
times.
into
Tell it,
Liz. Don't
tell
you
it.
worry. Well, Liz,
Yeah.
I've never heard it.
Liz,
No,
we're
tell
coming
it,
for you
tell
next,
it,
so
tell
don't
it.
worry.
Dropped out of high school, 17 years old in Austin, Texas. Went and worked at a startup downtown and then reached out to Brian and crew at Collins and they said, come interview. And I did. And then they hired me and I was 18 years old. I was an apprentice. And then I worked there for 3 years.
hell yeah.
Amazing. Fuck yeah.
It was cool.
What projects? What were you cooking up over there?
All sorts of stuff. Most notably, I did the Medium rebrand,
Oh,
which was
cool.
very cool.
Nice.
And that was a pretty small team and it got thrown into it very fast.
Nice.
And it was sick.
You should have
Yeah.
told him to call it large.
Ooh.
Am I right?
This guy. This is a big,
These are bits.
big ideas. Big ideas.
Admittedly, we never thought of that.
Ah.
So
Yeah, no. That one's for free.
yeah.
So, and what made you leave? What happened?
I was a child.
Yeah, you were literally a child.
Yeah, I was still, I was
You literally couldn't
21
drink.
years old. I could barely drink by the time I left, or maybe I still couldn't drink. And so I kind of figured, all right, I've done 3 years here.
Yeah.
That's design school. And then I went and worked in-house. Went and worked in technology.
Whoa.
Heard of it?
Yep. Big time. Big time. You give big tech guy vibes.
Oh.
You know?
Fuck me.
No.
That is awful.
No,
I
dude.
don't agree. I don't agree with that.
How dare
That's a step.
you?
That's a step too far, Alex.
Jesus
That's a
Christ.
step
All right,
too
I'm
far.
going to go now,
Okay.
actually.
Well, you
sorry,
give-
sorry.
Take it
Green
easy.
point
Take it
energy.
easy over there.
Guilty. Fuck yeah.
Oh my God.
What was the tech company?
It was, at the time, it was called Commodity,
Okay.
CMDTY,
Okay,
kind of
cool.
a code name. Then it rebranded to Waybridge, and then it went through another transformation. Now it's scope 3, which is still a client.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Nice.
And how long were you there?
Oh, not very long.
Okay.
Like 9 months, 6 to 9 months. And then I started a company, venture backed.
Cool.
Which is how Eliz and I met.
Amazing. What was the venture?
It was in crypto. Le cryptography, if you have heard of this. I personally don't do that. My tokens are very fungible, if anybody was asking. But
This fucking guy.
it was in crypto. And I was dragged into that by my co-founder,
Okay.
which was not Eliz at the time.
Would you say that there was a rug?
Honestly, there was no rug to
There's no
even
rug?
pull. It was. We didn't get that far, and I didn't want to get that far. I kind of tapped out at the.
So what's your expert opinion on the Hawk coin?
Yeah. Where do we stand on
expert opinion?
I say free her.
Yeah.
Actually, it is free her
Haley.
Yeah.
because there's no regulatory clarity.
Yeah.
Free her. Let her
Free
pod
Haley.
again.
That's what we say.
Let her pod again.
Let her pod again. Has she not done the pod since that whole thing happened?
I have no idea.
Wow. That's dark.
Did you guys buy that coin?
Yeah,
of
you
course.
did?
Yeah, I lost
Actually,
all my
I'm
fucking
How much
money.
did you make on
Yeah,
Hawk?
what do you mean?
I lost all my money.
Right. At
Really?
Ray's.
Yeah.
At Ray's.
Wow.
Sitting at the
I'm-
pool table.
That's why I don't go out anymore.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I sleep on this couch every night.
Yeah.
It's a
I
nice
lost-
cat.
yeah.
Hem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Hem.
Palo?
Yeah.
I just bought one.
You got it.
So I was like, well, I
This
gotta
guy,
try
this
this
guy.
thing out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the venture failed, but you met Eliz.
That's correct.
That's it. So really, you won.
That's very true.
Yeah.
It was the right thing to happen.
But you said, or at least your bio says, that it paved the way for a long introspective trip abroad, a freelance practice, and the birth of family office. So where'd you go?
That's beautiful.
I went all over Europe. I did just go around and hang out.
Eat, pray, love.
I ate a lot of McDonald's and you know what's fucked up about Europe is the United
Let's
States
go.
McDonald's points they're not valid over there.
Wow.
Serious?
So
Wow.
I was like
Oh.
I was poor over there. I had no
Oh my God.
I had nothing to my name.
Wow.
I was walking around flashing my McDonald's app and people were like,
They didn't even know who
"What
you
is
were.
this?"
Wow.
Do they
Embarrassing.
even care about consuming over there?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
So you were sitting on a bench, just kind
Yes.
of like eating some fries.
Yep.
And then you just kind of closed your eyes and you're just like, design studio.
Yeah, well, I was freelancing, to be fair. I never stopped doing that.
Yeah.
I didn't want to actually be broke.
Okay.
So you find yourself making some user interfaces, some brands.
Design, tech, crypto, back to design.
Yeah,
But
kind of. Well, I was doing
always-
design the whole time.
Got it.
I was
Okay.
never not a designer.
Got it. So you were just always thinking design.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so family office is born in what year?
Last year, technically.
Technically.
It's really,
20
spawned out of a
established.
freelance practice. And
Nice.
then I finally, I didn't even name it until we had our intern. And the reason I decided on a name was because she needed something to put on her LinkedIn.
That's great.
That's right.
That's
Yeah.
That's true.
Eliz,
She was
you were the
awesome.
intern or no?
No.
Eliz and I have been working together for years by then.
Got it. So
And then Liv, our intern, big shouts
Yeah.
Liv.
shout out
That
to
is
Liv.
awesome.
She was like, I'd love to put this on my resume. This would be really awesome. I've kind of been working very hard.
Yeah.
Paid, by the way, of course. But
Salute this man.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Pay your interns.
pay your interns.
There goes my hero.
There goes my hero. And so
Oh,
family office is born because
Yeah.
she needed to get credit on LinkedIn.
That's right.
Why family office?
Do you know what a family office is?
I was picturing like a physician, like a physician's office.
Nah,
Yes.
we stopped doing doctor stuff years ago. I pivoted away from that. I think it's a dying business. I think it's.
yeah.
Do you actually not know what a
I
family,
don't know what it
a
is.
family
Yes,
office
yes.
is a literal office that manages a very wealthy family's money. So think the Rockefellers, the I don't know, the Kennedys probably have a family office. Zuckerberg has a family office. It's called Iconic Capital. It's kind of a multi-family office.
Yes.
So that's
you
what
have
it is.
So much fucking money that you want to invest it into things, but it's not a company. It's
Right.
It's the family.
It's the family's office.
It's a great name.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Thank
name.
you.
Yeah, it
Thank
gives big, sort of penthouse energy.
Yes.
Which I know that is something that I feel like is coming through with the website and the sort of the podcast, which I heard you're about to do an episode.
Maybe.
Yeah, no.
Maybe.
Yeah, no.
But you guys have a podcast too?
Oh
No, we don't pod.
They have a plans.
That's dork shit, first of all. But
yeah, listen.
Can't argue with that.
Listen, but it pays the bills. Am I right, Kev?
Yeah, some of them.
So how did you guys meet?
So Diego's childhood best friend, Bryce Carson, shout out Bryce.
Works at Coda.
Wow.
Used to be at Porto Rocha.
Shout out to Bryce.
Yes, Bryce is incredible. I was in college. I was studying abroad, my third year in Madrid.
What was her name?
And
Beat me to it, dude.
Stop.
I'm better you than me.
Anyway, go ahead.
Thank you. I'm gonna go home now. So,
This is the part where you guys actually do get canceled.
This is
yeah. Sorry, it wasn't going to be the plate.
God. Okay, so no, I was studying abroad, and the school that I was visiting. I'm like, should we just shut it down? Should we
Probably.
just
Keep going.
Should we
Keep
just
going.
go? Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, the school I was visiting, Bryce was an actual like student of that school, and both of us had just been getting into like photography and design and wanted to be freelancing, but neither one of us went to design school. I had like no background except for just like playing around by myself. So yeah, we started hanging out and like kind of had a small group of people at that school who we would just sort of hang out and like run random little projects. And then Diego and I met because Bryce told me like, hey, my childhood best friend is in New York, is a great designer. I think you had just started at Collins. I'm not sure. Maybe it was.
I've probably been there for a while. But
okay, yeah. So he actually put us in a Discord chat, which is so crazy. And I came across this the other day. It was like you, me, Bryce, and like
insert unnamed former co-founder.
Redacted. And yeah, we were just in this silly Discord chat, which like no one ever used, but I did come across it the other day, and it had some like strange name, like I don't know, something like that. Yeah. I was at Foucault and Belding in Chicago. I was at an ad agency there.
FCB?
Yes, FCB. And I was in account management there, and I had, sort of always like end goal, wanted to be in design, wanted to pivot. And around this time, Bryce was like, you should talk to Diego. Like he's in New York and he had just like started this tech company. And then I started freelancing with you guys for a little bit, and then it turned into full-time brand and product. So, and then I moved to New York and left Chicago
and got cracked at design. Wow. To be fair, Liz was already cracked.
Yeah,
thank you.
She was,
hell yeah, love to hear that.
Yeah, she's clearly the force behind this whole operation.
It's 100% true.
It's very clear.
It's 100%.
No.
We could tell what's going on here.
Tell, yeah. I'm the sales guy.
No.
Wait,
we could tell.
No.
I'm the sales guy.
Hey, dude, sell me this wrench.
Actually,
I honestly, no.
Sold.
Where did you grow up, Eliz?
I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And so Family Office is officially business and now open for business. Mm-hmm. And the project, I think, that really put you guys on the map. Did you guys have a website before Legs? It was just you guys had this project. How did that start? How did you meet Cami? Like, what was the sort of origin of that kind of project? Because it's a beautiful project.
Well, So around this time last year, me, Eliz, and the incredibly talented Emily Nabnian. Yeah. I never know how to say it. But one of my favorite designers on planet Earth. I had introduced Eliz and Emily at some point because I figured y'all would get along.
Yeah, she's incredible.
Did. And then we all worked on a project together, which was for a skincare brand that ended up, it never ended up relaunching with the new brand, but it was damn cool work. And that client introduced us to Cami, and she thought, that's damn cool work. Well done. I'm working on this rebrand. Do you want to work on it? And I said, yeah, let's do it. And so that was probably February or March of 2024. And it was February. A long project thereafter. And it was great. Really enjoyed working on it. It was a lot of twists and turns. And then it launched at the end of October, and it's done well. It looks good. We're very proud of it. Yeah. Very, very proud.
It does look good.
It does look great.
Thanks.
And I think it's one of the best projects of the year. And I think it's just like, it just feels really fresh while also feeling really classic. And I think that's a really tough line to sort of ride. And I think you guys knocked it out of the park, honestly.
Thank you.
Yeah, no. And it, honestly, it put you guys on the map for me. And, we had met, but I didn't know that any of this was going on.
He wasn't familiar with your game.
I wasn't familiar with your game.
Nobody is. Nobody is.
And I know Leland, I know Brian, I know Leo, I know everyone. Yeah. And, again, just like, we wasn't familiar.
To be fair, I was extremely young at Collins, and Lee and Brian and Leo and Megan and Jump and Tom and Sanook, and every single one of those people were George Lavender, especially, who's now at Wolf Owens, and Tom Wilder at Wolf Owens. Yep. Like, all of those people were extremely instrumental in, like, essentially creating a career path for me. Yeah. So it was really cool. Honestly, the first thing I did when the case study came out was I went through the list of everybody that I love at Collins and texted it directly to them, because they also didn't know what I was up to since and it was so cool to get them, sending back nice words, and they thought it was cool, and they were like, this is great work. And, they're I'm sure some of them were just saying that to be nice, but also I got some real.
No, they would never lie.
No, it is true. Honestly, a lot of those people would not lie about that, and so it was very validating to say, like, hey, I did learn something over there. I was, I got better.
Look at me. Yeah. I'm doing it.
I'm a real boy now.
I'm a real boy.
You're a man.
I'm a man.
I won't go that far.
What did Brian say?
Brian knew about it the entire time, because I would call him intermittently and ask for advice of, like, hey, how do we handle this? How do we handle the launch? How do we handle the logo situation? How do we handle all of this? And he'd been an advisor on that the entire time.
Amazing. So that's
I talk to Brian pretty often.
Yeah.
So
call him.
Brian's the best.
Right now.
Yeah, Brian sent me
I would not, but he would answer.
Yeah, Brian.
He 1,000% would answer.
He sent me a text on Friday, and it just was a picture, and it said, inside you, there are two wolves. One is gay, the other one is gay. That's a real text. Sorry, Brian, for calling you out.
And I sent Brian that meme.
Did you?
No, I'm just kidding. I did not. I did. And Eliz sent me that meme.
That is something.
There's a picture. It's a black wolf and a white wolf. And
that's awesome.
My God.
I framed it.
That is great.
Immediately. But no, that's amazing. And obviously those guys, the most respect in the world for them. I worked with them for many years when I was at Coke, and just like, just being inside, and for me as a client, and I imagine for you as a 12-year-old graphic designer, that is a formative experience. And you're meeting those people, like, they are genuinely the best designers in the world.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
Yeah. Where are we at now?
24.
Wow.
Sweet.
You really are a child prodigy. But Eliz, what is Diego like? In on a day-to-day basis. What is the let's talk about him like he's not here.
You have to do a lot of wrangling.
Yeah. What is it like to work with this?
No, honestly, Diego is lovely. Like, I have nothing negative to say about him, except for so many things that I will be telling you. No, I'm kidding. I love Diego so much.
Should he exit the room first?
Do you want him to go outside?
Let's cut the cord. No. Diego's amazing. I mean, we've known each other now for like 3 years, which feels longer. No, I mean, he's great. He's, as I'm sure you can tell, one of the funniest, most clever little.
I would say obnoxious.
Funniest.
Maybe.
Okay, yeah, dude, fucking annoying as hell. No, no, we get along very well. No, I mean, he's great. Like, he gets me so excited about the work. Like, we've done a lot of things here and there there's really no through line to. I mean, we've done like a whole variety of weird projects and things together. And I feel like each one of them like carries through the same sort of energy, which is, as you've seen, a lot of energy.
Hell yeah.
Which is great.
Hell yeah.
The real through line is that Eliz is the artist through and through.
Yeah.
And I'm very good at systemizing and getting this into a form that looks like an identity. And honestly, it's been a conversation we've had many times where I think Brian actually told me this like 6 years ago, that you can kind of classify two types of designers. There are people who put shit back in the box, and there are people who take shit out of the box and blow everything up, and paints everywhere and materials are everywhere, and things are wild. And I think that's exactly true for Eliz and I. Like we have done a whole lot of blowing things up and making a strange sketch that truly doesn't look like it could ever be presented to a client, and then somehow getting that to a point where it's sold in. But yeah, it's interesting. The Legs project does not show that.
Yeah,
because it's not. It was very much a keep it classic and do it well and great type and make it clean type of project. And hopefully we did that well. But if you look at all the other work, I mean, we have presented some weird, wild shit, and it gets sold in. We sell it in.
Yeah, you sell it in.
Well, we sell it in nearly every single time because there's always, there's always some way to get a client to believe in, whatever artistic direction you've taken it in. And Eliz is the real magic behind that, truthfully.
That's really sweet.
That is really sweet. And I love this partnership. It feels really human and wonderful and delightful, and it shows in the work. Like the work is like you said, it's simple, but it's sophisticated and it's elegant. And yeah, I mean, listen, Legs was a brand that I don't know how many people were searching for or looking for, but it jumps right off of the page. You're like, oh wow, this is an iconic brand that is back in a big way. And I think Cammie's sort of taste and style and art direction, like obviously everything that she did at Parade was so great, but this is like, this is really taking it to sort of a new level. And I think again, just like it's a great project to build a studio reputation around.
Yes. So, unfortunately, consumer brands have no money. What is the deal with this?
What is the deal with this?
Why are they poor? Well, I'm serious. Why? I don't understand.
Well, they're not poor. They just don't want to give us the money. That's the problem. Yeah. They just, someone set the bar for brand identity.
Have you tried to beg?
Yeah.
No. I've tried a lot of fuck off.
You know what you should try to get
Truly.
into? Advertising. Now that's where the money's at. That's where the money's at. So question though, Legs, obviously huge hit, puts the sort of family office on the map. Where are we going from here? Like pantyhose brands are flying in. They're like,
what's next? Arms?
That was good.
Where, seriously though, obviously this is the jumpstart that agencies build careers off of. Genuinely, Where do you want to go?
Family office, I think, is a very accurate moniker because I frankly do not want to stay in the agency business forever. I think it's a very good way to make money as someone with a skill. It's a talent business and it's very high margin if you have extraordinary talent at something. And so not to call myself extraordinarily talented, but Eliz has been very talented, and Laya, who works for us now, graduate from Pratt, very talented. Great. Juan, very talented. Dave, who's going to be interning with us, super talented. Like everybody we bring in the orbit is incredible, and so that's one. But it's only possible if you keep it very high margin talent, i.e., you have talent that other people do not have. Long term, though, I've said this for a long time, that if agencies think they are so good at building brands, if they think they're so good at designing UI, then fucking do it yourself. It's not that difficult, apparently. And I hear so many agencies, especially product and development and kind of UI, I hear this a lot, is like, well, why won't the clients do this thing? Or why are they making certain product decisions? It's like, well, maybe you should just go build that product.
Yeah.
And so that's the vision with Family Office is we're developing some software ventures on our own. Nice. We run our tax day party. We did that last year and we're going to do that again. At one point, we want to turn that into—
You pay your taxes?
That we do.
Oh, this is actually a really cool event. You guys should.
This guy paying taxxes.
I'll come for a good party.
The tax day party is great.
It's really cool.
Yeah. When is the tax day party?
Y'all aren't on list, but it's it's April 15th on tax day. So we did one last year and it was great. We had Kat Marnell and Jim Grant, who's a very famous financial writer, the Ion Pack, big shouts, and Carrie's son as well, who wrote a memoir called Private Equity, which is about her time being an EA at Tiger Global. And it was incredible. It was a great party.
Cool. Can we make it rain?
There was not a lot of making it rain. In fact, there was a lot of talking about bad financial decisions.
Wow.
But it was very entertaining. And so all of those things are side projects and ventures and things that we want to spin up. And frankly, I would not be opposed to actually taking investment dollars to go spin some of those companies up and essentially run a design studio that actually makes things instead of a design studio that makes things for everybody else. Not even opposed to doing like licensing deals, for example, where we say, hey, we'll buy the rights from you to design for you because we know that if we did this in a certain way, you'd do very, very well. Versus having the clients, so often the clients come, we give them insanely smart recommendations. And that sounds so cocky.
Again, Eliz. Yeah. Okay.
But we give them great recommendations, not just visually, but business-wise. Yeah. Like we have made a ton of recommendations that truly break the ice and talk about the elephant in the room, which is you raised a bunch of money on something that is never going to work. You don't want to think that, and you want to believe in your vision, and that's fine. It's never going to work. Here's why. And then here's the solution. If you pivot 12 degrees northwest, you'll be facing in the exact right direction because all of our strategy decks are not even copywriting. It is true consulting work, and it goes very deep. And I think there's a couple of those deals. We have taken equity in some of those. So that's really where I want to go. I want to get deep in the throes of business, not just graphic design, because frankly, that's not what I'm the most gifted at.
Sure.
I'm good at type. I'm no artist in the truest sense. Like I'm probably not going to run a studio that is like known for its merch.
Got it.
That's probably not the studio that I'm going to run.
No.
Well, if it's the merch that I made from Shutterfly, it will be.
It'd be Eliz's stuff. But like that,
no, I'm
kidding, I know that me personally, that's not. I love it. I love that work and I love working alongside that. But that I really would like to make Family Office a real family office.
I mean, that's a brilliant long-term strategy to name the company something that you want to make it.
Yeah.
And right now, brand identity is getting you on the path to building that.
Our full-time designers have equity plans.
Cool.
Like they will be represented pro rata in anything that we spin up, in anything that we take equity in.
Cool.
Of course, it's kind of there are all sorts of arrangements you can do that in, but there are incubations that they're going to be represented in, which is very cool. And also something that few design studios are hiring and saying, hey, make your salary. And also we might spin something up that in a couple of years sells for 5, 20, maybe it raises venture money and goes to become a company. So
cool.
Yeah.
No, I love this. I mean, obviously, like design studios or branding companies are reflections of the founders. And certainly there's no limitations, I think, on what we can and should be doing with our time. And like you said, you work with 5, 10, 15, 20 clients and you're like, wait a minute, like we could be doing this work for ourselves. Yes. And just because they have ideas and a small check or a medium check or even a large check doesn't mean that we couldn't get that same opportunity if we gave it to ourselves.
Yeah.
And
it's also a luxury of being very young, starting a studio that I do recognize that there's much less risk.
How many people do you have currently?
3 full-time. Eliz is independent and stays independent to rock out and do whatever the hell she wants because only the cool projects are cool enough for Eliz.
Oh my God, Diego, stop.
No, it's true. That's true.
Eliz, you're available for freelance opportunities? We're looking for some brand designers over here at Center. No, but that's a very exciting vision. And I think I think long-term, God knows what will this whole brand building business will look like anyway. And I think the opportunity or the sort of idea that we're just going to be chiseling away making logos forever is probably not that realistic, if we're being honest. So I think the idea of
if it is, it's only going to be the top. It's going to be the top 3, 5 firms that make a lot of money doing it. Yeah. And even then, it's going to be the top 3, 5 people in the top 3, 5 firms that make all the money doing it.
Yeah.
And so that is a little bit, create value. Yeah. Create shareholder value.
Damn, dude.
Not
goddamn right. This guy.
And he's a capitalist.
Yeah. A real finance guy. Sorry, I mislabeled you as a tech guy. It's really a finance guy.
This is true. Deep down, if I would have not dropped out of high school, I would have been a financier.
You haven't seen, you should come to the office.
No,
finance books.
You got a lawyer?
Ceiling.
We're working with my old lawyer actually on a project right now.
Listen, I love this for you, Diego. This is very exciting. And to be honest, when I met you again, like I didn't realize, how much you were up to, both in the past, but also today. So what in terms of like, can you talk about anything in terms of like incubation or brands or ideas? that you're working on, or no?
We have an app that is alive and well. Whoa. And it has a very small user base of like 10. Oof. But we're actively working on that and trying to figure out.
Where can I invest?
You can invest. Frankly, we're not taking money yet, which is awesome. Like that's a good luxury.
Damn, that makes me want to invest even more.
Yeah, dude. Let's turn the mics off. What do you mean I can't invest?
I know.
What can you just you don't need to give it all away.
Come on, everyone comes on here and breaks their NDAs already. Come on. That's just what we do here.
You'll see them.
That's what we do here, bro. We break NDAs.
You'll see them.
Yeah. NDAs don't mean shit around here.
Oh, no, I'm the NDA.
Yeah, you're the guy.
I'm making the shit.
Yeah, no one listens to the show except for big money investors. So
I need to be on the Blackstone podcast. God damn it.
Are they the guys who make the grills? Yeah. They make those flat top grills?
No, so different. So different.
Are you sure about that?
They own the town that makes the grills, probably.
I don't know about that, dude.
Yeah.
I thought they were they own
the land that owns the factory that owns the grills.
But follow the money, The grills.
100%.
The grills are where
a lot of money in grills.
A lot of money
Paul Wall.
in grills. Burgers. Yeah.
I'll be honest, I lost you guys on this reference. I don't know what grills you are talking about.
Oh man.
You don't know the Blackstone grills? They're like the flat tops, so kind of the hibachi style.
Is this a brand of grill?
Yeah, dude, they're all over TikTok and shit.
Okay, I don't know this.
You make a little onion volcano.
I know about the little sepper.
Tell me you've never manned a barbecue without telling me you never manned a barbecue.
This is true. I've never done that.
Yeah,
I've never done that.
Boy, you from Texas? You ain't never been on a grill?
I don't eat a meal that doesn't come out of plastic or paper bags.
Yeah,
that's partially true.
French fries.
Oh yeah. How many points do you have at McDonald's?
Honestly, they're decaying because I have a signature. Well, I can't. I'm not going to say.
No, say it. Come on.
There is a certain homophobic chicken restaurant that I am a big consumer of.
Diego, no.
It's good chicken, and
you can make it yourself.
Raising Cane's?
I've replicated that sandwich so many times. My sister taught me how to do it, and
Chick-fil-A is great. Better. You do have to atone for your sins at some point.
Yeah,
and
you have Sundays off. You have Sundays to do that.
It's your pleasure.
Oh my god.
It is.
Fast food? Really? In this much? Is this a bit, or is you?
No, it's not a bit.
I believe fast food. Yeah, it's incredible.
It's not a bit at all.
No, really.
It's fruit roll-ups, which I don't even know.
I don't eat the fruit roll-ups.
Not the fruit, because it's fruit.
That's for our younger employees.
Yeah, that's too healthy.
Yeah.
I'm seeing like a food vision here for you. I think you need to optimize that. I could see eating maybe a couple tubes of raw ground beef per day.
No, but you started running.
You an AG1 type of guy?
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, I run.
No, you started running a lot, in a crazy way, like Strava.
I run 30 minutes a day minimum.
Okay,
every single morning.
But you used to do didn't you do 10 miles?
I'm on Strava, but I don't record them because I'm on the treadmill now because it's winter.
Yeah, it's too. I almost went outside today, and I was like, oof.
You almost went outside?
Yeah, to run.
Oh,
I'm also a runner.
Okay.
Okay.
It's like I almost left the house.
No,
crazy.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, thank you.
I'm sick outside. It's so cool.
I'm doing the you mean like in general?
Yeah, just in general.
No, not for me. I'm running the New York City Marathon.
Are you?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, 26.
When is it?
November.
Oh,
that's
my God.
awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
That's huge.
I didn't do it
Nice.
yet, but
no, I mean that's going to be awesome.
Have you
though.
started training?
I have not, but I run
You're
about
gonna start in October?
4 miles a day. And
That's great.
I've done a half, 10 years ago.
That's awesome.
Back when Diego was just a toddler.
Well,
no, actually, what year was it?
It was 2012.
I was in the 6th grade.
Dunk.
Sick.
Fucking crammed it.
No, I don't know if it was actually 2012, but it was a long time ago. It's I've lived many lives. Diego.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
Are you gonna try and get a shoe sponsor to run it?
Yeah, running. Just kidding. I don't
Oh.
know.
That would be awesome.
Maybe I should.
Should run it barefoot.
You know what? I
so
should reach
true.
out to Bandit because Greenpoint.
Yeah. Are they based in Greenpoint?
They are based in Greenpoint.
Okay, that's why I didn't like it.
Down here.
That makes total sense. I knew there was something off.
Well, you live in Murray Hill,
No, I do not live in Murray Hill.
Okay, yeah. Where are we moving to? We never got the answer.
What's your new address?
To the West Village.
Yeah.
So Westville
Finance guy.
Hey, I'm not a finance guy. I'm just a man with dreams.
Yeah.
And those dreams happen to be in quaint New York City neighborhoods.
The West Village is probably the best part of the city.
It is the best neighborhood that has some of the worst people you've ever met.
Yeah, but
some of them. Here's my theory on New York City neighborhoods.
And now I'm gonna
they're
list
only
them.
as good as their old people.
They're old people.
The old people.
The neighborhood is only as good as the old people in it.
Mm-hmm.
And the West Village does have some amazing old people, lifers that have been there for a long, long time, for as long as I've been alive.
Yep.
And they're awesome.
Yeah.
And I noticed that when I went to tour the apartment, I walked around and I really wasn't paying attention. You know, I was seeing the young people, obviously, but it was honestly cooler to see the people that some old lady walking her dog. You can tell she's out there every single day.
Yeah.
Some old guy. I will truly never forget it when I toured the apartment. Like I walked out, and by the time I got to the end of the block, this old guy with a beautiful dog, he kind of just looked at me and he like gave me a nod. And I was like, I don't know why you gave me a nod, but I was like, it was like the universe was telling me, yeah, come grow old in this neighborhood.
Wow.
So I'm superstitious.
Okay.
And Phil was his name. I actually didn't get his name. But yeah, I think the neighborhood's only as good as its old people.
And so you're ready to start the process.
Yeah.
24.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Life's comes at you fast, dude. You know, I'm not as an old guy.
How old are you, Alex?
Don't worry about it. It's
How old are you, Alex?
40 in October.
Do you really?
I did.
Wait, when is your...
I'm a 40-year-old.
Wait, when in October?
He did that.
I did that already.
When in October?
October 5th.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
We're both October.
Yeah.
Yeah, Libras?
Yep.
Yeah.
Scorpio.
Yeah.
Don't group me in with all
Yeah.
that.
I knew I liked
hey.
Eliz. Eliz.
Yes,
you
I
she's-
know.
I get it.
I'm a virgin.
She's moving to Brooklyn, by the way.
Oh, get out of here.
Yes, I am.
Where you going?
She's finding her soul.
I'm going to downtown Brooklyn near
Okay.
like Fort Greene.
Nice.
Yeah.
And the family office is based in whereabouts?
Broadway and Walker.
Nice. It looks
Tribeca
beautiful.
side.
It looks beautiful in pictures.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'd like to come check it out one day and do your podcast.
You're absolutely
Yeah.
welcome.
Yeah.
We've actually been working on the identity for what will be a pod.
What's it called?
Okay.
It'll be called Landline.
Oh, baby.
Landline, because it's all going to be phone calls. So you can't actually come into the office and record there. It'll all be phone calls.
I'm gonna come in and do the phone call from
wow.
No, you can't. But I could call you and you could be at the office, but we cannot be in the same room.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, we could be in the same room.
I just want to be in the same room.
Otherwise,
Financial questions. This is the financial sort of.
does Alex always break the sexual tension like that?
Yeah.
Is that kind of his thing in the
Yeah,
office, in the workplace?
Yeah.
Okay. Found out who's really a watcher. Anyway.
Ran the marathon in 2014. So there you go.
What was your
Got the
time?
answer. Don't worry about my time.
No, come on,
No one
tell us.
cares about anyone's time.
No, I actually
What was your
do.
pace?
Not good.
Okay.
Yeah, what
I
was your
ran
pace?
it. I finished it.
Wait, no,
I fucking finished it.
You're right. Actually,
This
you're
is
right.
one of
I
my
shouldn't have
actual
asked.
takes. Why do fucking people care about other people's times? It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, I
Because,
actually don't
Like,
care at all.
what you want to
Because-
compare your
yes.
time to my time?
Yes.
Oh, I run a 9-minute mile. Like, who cares? What does it matter that you run faster? Than
I'll be honest, I've never run a marathon, so I actually don't know.
No, I
have
don't know.
clue.
I ran
Yeah.
one
It's
5K
incredibly
and
difficult.
threw up.
Yeah,
for
but
3
it's
days
just the
after.
first thing that people say. Oh, what's your time? What's your time? It's like,
Oh, sorry,
well,
I'll go home.
No, I'm just. It's not.
Sorry.
It's not
Cut the
you,
cords.
Take it easy, Alex.
Listen, that's my biggest.
Wait, I
actual
thought we were both
insecurity.
ready for us. Oh
That's
my
my
God,
biggest
I'm so
insecurity about
sorry.
running this marathon
going
is
off
that
right now.
people
Oh.
are going to look up my
Look it up.
badge number and judge.
Could I find that online?
Yes,
dude,
yeah.
you can
2014.
You can track them.
Okay.
You can track them.
Yeah.
Well, I did.
There's
I
an
did
app
this
where you
with
can track. Yeah.
Macy.
We should
Shout out Macy at Morning
yes,
Brew.
yes.
I followed her on the app,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it was awesome, and I got to support from afar.
Yeah, people are going to time shame me, and
Oh
I'm
my
not. I'm not
God.
interested in being time shamed.
That's
sorry
okay.
for
running
asking.
a marathon.
That's okay.
No,
that
but
not enough?
nobody's gonna time shame you.
I just didn't know.
How
Like
long
maybe
do you wear
were
the medal for?
At least a couple weeks. You
No,
know?
you're fucking kidding me.
Months?
Yeah. I mean,
Weeks?
I'm gonna hang it on the wall here. You know?
What? You think it's months?
What is it?
No. I think it's don't.
Hours. I got to put it in my mouth for the Instagram.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's hours. I think it's that day, and I think not the next day.
What about the foil thing that they put you in after?
That's
oh,
awesome.
that's right.
Yeah, that rocks.
That thing is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
I don't know what is that. Is it that's for warmth?
yeah.
Okay.
It must be. Or
How
some
much
sort
milk are you gonna drink during your run?
Of, a lot. Yeah.
You drink
A lot of
milk
whole
during a run?
Whole milk.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you're not into fucking cows?
You're not into biohacking,
I
bro?
personally
Wait, do
am
you
not
actually
into
do that?
fucking cows, but
I heard how that sounded.
yeah,
you know,
no,
when
it
I
was,
said it.
I thought it was.
Yeah.
I thought that was your intention.
Wait, was that actually a joke, or do you do that too?
It's Kevin's actually thing. It's actually
Oh, okay.
Kevin's bit.
No,
Yeah,
it's
that's
Wait,
why-
are y'all
that's
actually
why-
funny, or is this?
That's
a
why I
bit?
said it.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Oh my God.
Y'all
I
are
did
actually
not
funny.
have
I like
sexual
this.
relations with that cow.
Oh God.
What kind of milk do you guys drink?
Whole.
Hell yeah. Fuck
Oh,
Dude, we're
damn.
in sync
Hell
today.
yeah. Hell yeah.
You too.
Wow.
Hell yeah. I get that good cream line shit.
So Diego, once you make your first $1 billion, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna go full Brian Johnson? Like where? Once you make this money, that eventually is gonna come to you. I think within the next, I'm gonna put but I think within 10 years, I'm gonna give you 10 years.
Okay.
To be maybe not a billionaire, but at least a couple hundred mil.
Okay.
What are we doing with this money?
Honestly, not much differently.
Okay.
And that is dead the truth. Yeah, I want to be very simple. No, truly, I actually wrote about this about a year ago, that there's a saying that my dad has been, or a story that my dad's been telling me. I'm sure you've heard it. The businessman and the fisherman. You guys know this one?
I do know this.
The businessman, he said, I'm going to do all this stuff. I'm going to start a factory. He meets a fisherman. And he's like, you could turn this into an industrial fishing thing. And then what? So you could retire and fish. And the guy's like, I'm already fishing. Life is good. And I live by that. So if I do have to work much more than I probably would if I had interest income living money, if I had $100 million and I lived off the interest income, but I would still want to throw my tax day party. I think that would be the coolest thing. I'd probably fund a magazine for Terms Eccles, which is the tax day party.
Okay.
And I'd probably call my friends all the time on a pod called Landline, or do it just privately. And I would focus on making lots of friends. And that's what I do now. It's
You're already fishing.
I'm already fishing. And if that means that, like, truly my income meter is all about, like, all right, how much, what is more money going to buy me right now? Furniture? Yeah, that's about it. Like, truly, if someone gave me $100,000 of spending money, I would get some cool furniture.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
Everything else, I feel good. I have a cool apartment. I got a cool office. I got a cool studio space. Like, life is good. I don't need much more.
Beautifully said.
Life is good.
Honestly, maybe the end of the podcast. Thank you guys for coming in, and genuinely,
God damn
it's been a delight. It really has. I didn't know you had it in you guys. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I thought this was gonna suck.
Yeah,
really?
We
definitely did.
About all of our other offices. Dude.
Yeah, no, we'll get into that next time you come back. Yeah. We
everywhere.
No, again,
we stopped doing design work.
Never go against the family.
We stopped doing design work.
Well, listen, guys, I'm actually I'm proud of you.
Oh my God. He's like, we're literally cutting 99.9%.
I think you guys, I'm excited for your future, genuinely. Because it sounds exciting. And I thrive off of energy and passion, genuinely. And I think, you know what, there's a lot of people in this industry that, they just kind of do their thing. They go about their day. And I don't believe them. And it's
name them. Who?
Listen,
who?
It's boring.
Who?
I'm bored. And
who are you bored by?
Nothing. It doesn't matter.
Who are you bored by? I'll tell you who I'm bored by.
Oh my God.
I'm not going to tell you who I'm bored
Don't
by. Eliz does not want me to talk about who I'm bored by. But I know who I'm bored by.
No, honestly, it's fine. Why are you doing that?
I'm not going to say any names.
I'm
not going to say the names of anybody who used to work at Pentagram. That's very rude. That's very rude. I would
Michael
never do
Beirut
that.
loves our podcast.
I do love Michael Beirut,
yes,
though.
we all do.
And actually, quick side story. Michael Beirut, Sagmeister and Walsh invited me when they were still Sagmeister and Walsh. Michael Beirut also invited me to Pentagram, and Brian Collins invited me to Pentagram. The three firms I reached out to. No. They were all extremely kind people. It was the coolest thing, and I knew nothing about design. That's shout out to all those people.
The secret is all these people that have had great success in this industry are kind.
That's true.
And passionate people.
You were very kind to me every time we've met. We met at Young Guns years ago, actually.
Wow.
And I talked to you for like 2 minutes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And honestly, I saw something in you, and I knew I never forgot it. I never forgot it, kid. No, seriously, I'm excited. This is exciting stuff, and I think I think the future is bright.
Thanks
for the family office. And Eliz, what are any parting words for the people at home? Everyone
oh my
here?
God, I forgot there were
they're
three
all
cameras.
Watching. Yeah, they're all watching.
Look, guys, don't sleep on Murray Hill. I'm telling you, I'll tell you.
You're leaving
all
in
the
like
best
4 days.
I'm kidding. No, I know I am.
Shout out Curry in a Hurry.
Yes, Curry in a Hurry is great. Also, there's some place
tremendous
called
that movie theater's good too.
Oh, the AMC. Wait, okay, the AMC. Yeah. So my roommate is an A-lister. She was the day we moved in. She has the whole pass. And then what else is around there?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't really need to talk about
businesses,
it. Local
Murray Hill.
There's a Chick-fil-A in Murray Hill.
Yeah, there is. I don't go there. I don't really know what else to call out. I mean, this has been really fun. I honestly was afraid we'd get canceled. Or
it has to come. Part doesn't come out yet.
Yeah, it's too early to tell. But no, Kevin does the editing around here, and he'll make sure that you guys. He'll bleep out all those names that you said about all those people in the industry that you guys.
Yeah, for a small fee. For a small fee.
There's only one, which I will not name.
No, but we'll make you guys look good.
Here, I'll turn off the mic right
now. No, seriously, guys.
Did you actually turn it off?
I turned it off.
He's like, all right,
you definitely didn't turn it off. I know how a soundboard works.
Turned it off.
I know how your Zoom H4 works.
Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you guys. Kevin, did we do enough podcasting genuinely?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really?
How long were we at?
was it?
It's fine.
Okay, it's fine. Kevin's like, I want to go home. I'm tired.
He's like, don't ask me about my time.
Yeah, no. I just want to make sure. Did we do?
I'm sorry for asking.
We're not time shaming you.
Yeah, we're not time shaming.
I truly
you're
like
time shaming.
the reason I asked what your time was because I didn't know if you were like one of those people who had an incredible time that you wanted to share.
I'm done. I'm actually
okay.
not.
I'm gonna cry.
That. No, I just it's actually an insecurity.
It's
of
like training starts
that,
today.
Tonight. No, I'm running. I'm just not running that fast, and like I just don't understand that. Like, do I have to fucking win the New York City Marathon to impress
not.
people?
Are you kidding me?
No.
No. Did I ran one 5K ever. I was literally throwing up. Yeah, it was kind of good. Like it actually wasn't even bad. No. But the whole point is that I was literally throwing up for 3 days later, and that's so not normal.
No, that's that rocks.
I just
pushed
really
your body to the
pushed
extreme.
myself. Yeah,
that's sick. That's warrior mentality.
Yeah, but no, definitely.
That's fucking David Goggins. Young David Goggins.
So true.
David Goggins in the Figma. Y'all don't know about it. Who's going to carry the fucking logs? You know? Who's duplicating these frames fast enough?
Well, no way. Actually, yeah, that's another thing we should probably tie in. Diego is like a wizard with the keyboard shortcuts. Like, actually, I mean... We should probably do something.
Give me your computer, Alex.
They think I don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
No.
Like
truly,
you should.
They think I just look over shoulders now.
You're true to this. You
I'm
know,
true to the game.
You show them the picture of you at 15 at Collins.
Yeah. No, there is actually an incredible photo of me, and I look 15.
Yeah, I bet
I
you do.
truly look 15.
Yeah.
Paul Jun took that. Big shouts, Paul Jun.
What's your best hotkey? What do you got?
Actually, it's one the most common one that I use all day is Command Tab to switch between all the apps.
Oh yeah.
Oof, this guy.
And if you do Command Tab, don't
let me try it.
Don't get into Command Tab. Command Tab is like a drug. You'll be switching back and forth between windows way too fast. It's not good.
Oh man.
Also,
big unlock.
Command tilde. If you have multiple Finder windows open, Command tilde, you know the one over there at the top left of your keyboard, that filters through the windows of the same app.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
What else you got?
Nice.
Yeah. Are you a hot corners guy?
That's cool.
I use a custom hot corner thing called Magnet, and I have those all set up with hotkeys for left panel, right panel, full screen,
I told
and center.
you we should.
Bro, I'd love to come look at your setup.
No, genuinely, but the setup it's super minimal. It's just an Apple Magic Keyboard and trackpad, and no mouse.
Wow, no mouse.
There's also an app called Shortcat, which is not the Mario Kart player Shortcat, but Shortcat is an app where you do like Shift Option Command Space or Option Command Space or whatever it is. You can set up different hotkeys, and it will give you a keyboard shortcut for anything in the entire menu, anything that doesn't have a shortcut. So you can like Google something and activate Shortcat, and it'll give you a little key pairing that you can press to click on the third result. It's incredible.
Customizing his shortcuts.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and Dvorak keyboard layout.
Honestly, pretty impressive stuff. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm cracked.
Yeah, you're
I'm
dialed.
cracked
Yeah,
at
you're
this.
dialed, and
I do this.
yeah, no, you're not new.
Oh my
not
God.
new. But I think also that's what happens when you start at such a young age.
That is true.
You really are dialed in.
That is true.
Our design director, he worked at a print shop. His father had a print shop, and so he was on the keys when he was like 4.
Wow.
Yep.
And so I've never seen anybody faster.
Yep.
And it's you got to start them young.
Yep. It's true.
So yeah, for all the kids out there listening,
Yeah.
you're too late.
and for all the adults, really.
Yeah. Oof.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna have to get faster.
Yeah.
Liz can tell you it's hell working with me over your shoulder.
Well, no, this was I mean, like 3 years ago, you were like, I think literally every single keyboard shortcut is burned into my brain. And I've never forgotten them since.
And now
I'm
you're
so
cracked.
much faster now.
And now
so
you're absolutely cracked.
It was all worth it.
You ever watch that show, The Bear?
No.
Is it kind of like that?
What's the bear?
The bear.
Oh,
cooking.
the
Yes,
bear.
chef. Yes,
The
yes,
bear.
chef.
Yeah.
Yes, chef.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah. I got that one.
Are you kind of like Carmi?
Which one's that?
No, but you're not
It's
like,
like the guy.
Is that
no,
Jeremy
you're
Allen
calm.
White?
Yeah.
Far less attractive.
But
What? He
similar hair.
is then to you?
No, I'm far less attractive.
Okay, yeah.
Unfortunately.
That's fair enough.
It's not
He's
nearly
like,
as
yeah, I
sexy
agree.
it being on Figma.
Yeah.
Nobody walks past you on Figma like, Jesus Christ.
You talk a lot about Figma, but do you know about Ligma?
oh, dude, come
on,
on,
bro.
do it. Give him
What is these ones? What is this one?
Slap my hand, bro.
Oh, that's awesome. I'll do it.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
I'm on your website
Yeah.
for the first time. No, I'm kidding. I'm no. I'm,
What's y'all's domain?
I'm reading the acknowledgments, and you guys work with some other agencies sometimes. You guys tap in.
Once in a while, yeah.
All right, maybe we should talk some biz.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah.
It's honestly a
we
lot
can
of stuff
tap.
that I get brought in on strategy for.
Oh, yeah, we don't do strategy.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, we just do vibes.
we can tell. No, I'm just kidding.
We're more of a vibes kind of guy.
That's awesome. No, I get it.
we don't do strategy.
I didn't mean that actually. That's shit. I'm sorry.
No, I like it.
okay. I'm sorry.
We don't get a banter like this. You know, we often don't get people that hit it back over the net. You
I
know?
love this pod.
Oh my
Yeah, no, the best fucking design podcast in the world.
Yeah.
Is that- are you?
Yeah, it's like one
Number
of
one.
two.
Are you
Number one.
serious?
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
two
yeah.
design
Yeah.
podcasts. Okay, what else? I kind of want 2 minutes more material. I'm not
Okay,
done.
let's go. God, you got 2
What are we
minutes.
ta- what are we
You got
talking
bits.
about?
You got bits.
What are we talking
Yeah.
about?
What's your dream project?
The joke one is not to be named, but
Well, now you got to say it.
Oh, you gotta say it.
it used to be Saint Laurent.
Okay.
Genuinely, that used to be a dream project of mine
Okay.
because I think that Yves Saint Laurent was a very fascinating guy.
Okay.
He was cracked in his own right,
Yeah.
and he was very extreme.
The fashion.
He was very extreme, and he was pretty cutthroat about what he thought his clothes should look like, and it was amazing. And I think it's sad that Karl Lagerfeld did a lot of filmmaking work for Chanel over the years that has perpetuated the myth of Coco Chanel and conveniently left out the World War II years. But they've done a good job, at least, of creating some sort of story that Chanel stands for. And so when you see tweed, tweed means this. And Saint Laurent they're doing very well actually now, but I feel like they've missed out on telling the story of Yves, even though he was like completely on drugs most of the time. It was a very tragic story, but there is something there's something beautiful about like beautiful tragedy, and they could be telling that story. So for a long time, that was my dream project.
Okay. Do you guys do work in fashion, like work?
Nope,
Yeah, no.
only 7th Avenue
Okay.
at the moment.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Only
I feel like
legs.
that's the only legs. But,
Yeah.
we're trying to work up to the torso.
Yeah.
It's a bit that Kevin already said. So we're just repeating we're just repeating bits now. But no, I think that's exciting. I could see that. That makes a lot of sense. And to be honest, like the Legs project, like shows that you guys can do that type of work. But unfortunately, probably people can't use their imaginations.
Which is fine. I think the main thing that would be cool is to do a lot more storytelling, even though it's a wildly overused term and most everybody who says storytelling can't fucking do it.
Tell me a story.
Yeah, you're a storyteller, bro.
The writing is always the key. Like if you can develop a really strong opinion, and it's not even developing a really strong opinion half the time, it's just being unashamed about that opinion. And so a brand like Saint Laurent, to use it as an example, would be great if they said, yeah, we're gonna do something that feels a little bit it feels almost brutally beautiful, and we're gonna do that with the clothes and with the storytelling and with the advertising, and we're gonna do it. But that's a sort of project that I'm really excited about. Anything where we can take a perspective.
Cool. I mean, let's go.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
No, sorry. Kevin, how many minutes do we got now?
We're good. We're at an hour and 11 minutes.
Oh,
hell yeah.
God, now we filled up that recorder,
Yeah.
Cool.
Does Kevin, what do you actually do?
I'm just chilling, dude.
Yeah.
No, really. What do you do?
I just chill, bro.
Yeah, Kevin.
I gotta know about Kevin.
No, I
do
know.
a
That's
little
the thing.
this,
That's the big
do a
question.
little this, do a little that.
Yeah.
Did you go to Cincinnati?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, he did.
He did go to
Just
Cincinnati.
I did.
So I think he's a designer.
Yeah.
You don't have a consigliere over there, a family office?
No, I do. I write. I produce.
Yeah.
Do you?
Nice.
Yeah, I hang out,
Okay.
chill.
Do you? Have you ever done stand up?
Like
Don't lie.
poorly. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Poor-
What
poorly.
Brooklyn coffee shop was it?
I haven't done. I actually haven't done. I haven't done it in Brooklyn.
Bow.
This guy's
Yeah.
got jokes.
You haven't done it in Brooklyn?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Where did you do it?
Freaking Murray Hill.
Really?
Really?
It all comes back to Murray Hill.
I'm just kidding.
Uh,
I haven't done it in New York.
Do you do stand up?
I'm,
In
I'm too.
Ohio.
I'm too
Stand-up?
scared.
Where are you from?
no.
Cincinnati.
He
Cincinnati?
probably
You're from
should.
Cincinnati?
Actually,
Oh,
I
wow.
don't know if
Yeah.
that would be good.
Is he actually? Are you a designer? Because I think, doesn't Cincinnati have like a good
You
design
went to
program?
design school.
Yeah.
I
that's
went.
very
And
nice.
I didn't really like it.
Okay, fair.
Yeah. I don't really like designing.
Yeah, we
Kevin?
don't either. We
No.
don't fuck with that. Lame as hell. Are y'all still designing?
No.
Okay.
That's a fucking thing.
Y'all
That's-
quit that years
Yeah,
ago,
yeah.
Bro, AI, dude. What are you talking about?
yeah.
All this stuff. Yeah. AI, yeah, computers.
That's awesome.
Those people you saw in here, fake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Seriously, genuinely
Thank
appreciate you guys
you.
coming in and bringing the energy and the enthusiasm. And I am actually excited to see what you guys do next. And you gotta top the legs project.
Yeah,
That's the big problem with having a big hit.
that's true.
It's like you're only as good as your last
It's true.
project. So you gotta come back strong.
You gotta get us on that list, dude. Please.
For tax
Oh,
day?
tax day.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
please.
man.
Truly, everybody come to tax day.
Okay.
We're gonna have a larger venue to be announced, but it's gonna be a very good party. April 15th.
In Greenpoint or not in Greenpoint?
Where is that again?
It's where you are right now.
Oh yeah, no.
Then I won't be there.
Okay, well,
Sorry, dude.
well, don't send
awkward.
me your Greenpoint invites either.
Awkward. Well, thank you guys. Seriously.
Thank
I gotta
you.
go home. I
Seriously,
gotta go
thank
home.
you.
No,
Thank you.
seriously.
This was great. All right,
Yeah, I
all right,
gotta
I gotta
go.
go.